At Home with Lucas here. So today we're gonna be talking about Shark air purifier with NeverChange HEPA air filter. Yes, I finally got my hands on a proper beast of an air purifier. This thing is gonna be able to purify out a very, very large space. It comes in multiple different models, so definitely take note of that. If you get the smaller model, it's not gonna do as much square footage. This, I believe, is the maximum square footage that this model provides, which is absolutely amazing. It also has the ability to get air quality alerts. Yes, it can read the air quality of your room, of your house, and tell you exactly where you're at, which means if you start cooking in the kitchen, you have this in the living room or in another room, it will sense the air, it'll test the air, and then if it needs to, it'll turn on auto fan mode and crank it up as high as it needs to be to get that back to 100% air quality, which is absolutely amazing. Most air purifiers out there claim they can do this, but they fall short every time. So I'm gonna be putting this to the test for sure. Also, this thing has a NeverChange air filter, which I'm just gonna go right off the bat and just guess that it's not exactly what it sounds like. I highly doubt you're gonna be able to use a HEPA filter for life, NeverChange. So I'm sure there's something going on there, but we're gonna figure that out for sure. This thing is also very, very large, so it's gonna stand on the floor and just take up a really pretty large amount of space. Also has a very clear display on it, so it's gonna tell you exactly what's going on. You're gonna be able to go through some of the air quality alerts on there, so you're gonna know different air quality of your house, which is really, really awesome. I'm so glad that air purifiers are now just adding in the air quality alert to them. So in this video, we're doing a hands-on with the box, quick unboxing and first impressions on said Shark air purifier. After that, I'm gonna be putting this bad boy to the At Home Lucas test to figure out, is this something you should buy or maybe skip altogether? I'm here for you, so I don't have to waste your time buying and returning. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so this of course is the Shark NeverChange Air Purifier Max, people. So there's a lot of different versions of this. I got the biggest one, I think, 1,400 square feet. I actually thought I got 1,200, that's funny. We got 1,400 square feet, perfect for an open floor plan like I have going on here. Kitchen, dining room, living room, entryway. All right, so we have 4 layers of powerful filtration. So supposedly this is a NeverChange filter. We'll be putting that to the test for sure. I really like the fact that it says this, because this house we're in right now has a slight odor to it all the time. So this is gonna be next level cleaning right here, people. So let's go ahead and get it out of the box and take a closer look. Okay, this is everything that comes in the box. You have your quick start guide right here. Definitely has a plastic bag on the inside to keep it nice and fresh. Take that off for sure. I think this is where they're gonna get you. You have an odor cartridge assembly, and I'm guessing this odor cartridge is probably gonna run out every week or every month. And I think that possibly is how they're gonna make their money off of the fact that you're not gonna be changing a filter on here every month, or supposedly. I'm guessing there probably is a monthly change filter on here, or a use filter. We'll find that out, of course. Walk around this bad boy right quick. So here is your display. And then up at the top, it looks like you have a second display. So this is your air quality display, and then this is your controls. So there is your, wow, that is the biggest filter I have ever seen. A couple inches bigger than the one I have over there in the living room. But just open this up, and this is basically an air freshener, which is really, really interesting. It's a very, very powerful air freshener, and it goes right on the top here. So you literally just set it down. I think you have to flip this open first. You line up the arrow, so there's an arrow right there. You line it up, and then I think it's gonna lock when I turn it. Oops. Oh, I see. I think. Yeah, okay, so there it is, locked into place. Basically just an air freshener. That is really funny. I opened this up and I was like, whoo, that is an air freshener for sure. Smells like maybe ocean breeze or something, some fresh, clean smell. So that's interesting, very interesting. And then on the sides here, they have washable filters. So this is kind of like what you would get if you had a dehumidifier. They have these like washables, but they have two of them. So one on either side, like that, which I think a lot of people are probably going to forget to clean, or maybe just skip cleaning that altogether. So that's interesting. You have your neutralizer up here, you have your washable filters, and then a giant filter at the bottom. Everything is made out of really nice plastic. It's textured plastic. You can see right here, very textured. I like the fact that it's white because dust is grayish white. Back here is your sensor. So if you ever have any problems, you need to clean that, but you don't want to clean it. You just need a microfiber. You don't want to spray anything in there because you can mess this whole thing up really bad. The boy's telling me to plug it in, so we're gonna go plug it in, and then we'll keep this review a-going, people. All right, so we have this large living space here, and this is where it stands. My baby boy has already come over and got his fingers on it. And I'm a little bit afraid of, not really afraid, but I'm realizing that the way it sits now, kids can definitely come up and drop stuff in there. Something could fall off of the bar and fall in there. So it's not really in the best spot, but it is definitely designed to go on the floor. As far as I can tell, it's just too big to go on a side table. But here we go. We got 100% clean air right there. That is awesome. Coming up to the top here, it starts off on auto, so it's going to control the fan speed for you. Okay, so max fan is not very loud. I won't know until I have my TV going at night. I'm trying to watch TV and this is on. Throw it back to auto. And basically, like most of these, auto is going to be the lowest fan speed possible unless you have a problem, smoke or cooking or something. So I'll be very interested to see. My kitchen is literally right there. Be very interested to see if this thing kicks on tonight when I cook dinner. I really like the fact that that's just chilling like that, straight out in front. You could see it from a mile away and know where your air quality is. So first impressions, I like it. We'll check back on the fan a little bit later on. Okay, let's go ahead and run through all the different buttons on here. So you have your I button right here, which is your info button. So you can tap it and then it'll go through all the different PMs right here and the air quality, which is really, really cool. So if you have a problem with something in your house with the PM, you're definitely going to do a little Google search on that. Then you have your ability to go completely dark, which is absolutely amazing. So if you sleep in a dark room at night like I do, that is phenomenal. Everything turns off. There's not a single bit of light coming out of it. Then you have your dust filter percentage. So I'm at 75% right now in about 25 days, which is not bad at all. Then you have your child lock, which we talked about earlier. So you hold that down, turns on the child lock. Then of course you have your auto mode right here. And one really cool thing is you can turn your fan up to max. And then instead of having to turn it all the way back down, you can just turn it off and turn it right back on. So the button control, everything is super responsive, really awesome. Definitely like how easy it is to use. Okay, let's talk about auto mode on this bad boy. So I have to say this has the best auto mode I've ever experienced in my entire life. You start cooking in the kitchen, which once again is just right there, and this thing will kick on, and it's dropped as low as like 55 when I'm really doing some good cooking. And I just did a toaster oven and it dropped to 98. I just did a little bit of French fries with zero smoke, zero whatever. So this thing is absolutely amazing. The clean air is definitely real, and the ability to just go right through and see what you're actually dealing with is next level. And if you don't know what the PMs are, you can go ahead and Google that, but it's basically different type of particulates in the air. So it does the PM 1.0, PM 2.5, and then the PM 10. And these are all very important things to take note of. If you have a high PM level, you need to look it up and figure out what that means so that you can benefit by adjusting your house a little bit. So really, really awesome. Auto mode is definitely next level. If you're looking for an air purifier that's going to turn on while you're cooking, this is the one. You don't have to run over to it and push it up to max. It'll actually go all the way up to max if you're doing enough cooking, which is really, really awesome. Then it gets the air back to 100% in a pretty good amount of time. It takes maybe an hour or so. If you open windows, it'll go quicker, obviously, but it's pretty amazing how quickly this thing will get your house back to 100%. Okay, I've been using this thing for quite some time. Let's go ahead and turn it off and check the dust filters right here. Take a look at them. Okay, so just a little bit of dust in here. I'm gonna try to get the best lighting for it. Take a look on the inside. Yeah, so definitely a little bit of dust and debris, probably about, I would say, 25 days worth of use so far. So that's about 25 days worth of use. And then you can blow it out or you can rinse it out. Let's check the other side. Okay, definitely a little bit less on this side. All right, now let's check the HEPA filter. I really like how this is just basically a giant handle and you just turn it counterclockwise. Then that comes off. Let's go ahead and take a look at this guy. Once again, just under a month worth of use. Okay, it's looking a little bit darker, but you really can't see too much. Check inside of here. So yeah, this is supposed to last 5 years. So this is a never change because you're just not gonna have to change it as much. I do like the fact that there is no top and bottom. So you could actually just flip this over, which may be a hack, I don't know. Okay, so the never change feature of this bad boy right here is not never, it should be 5 years on normal use. So 5 years on normal use, if you have a big house and you're doing a lot of cooking and you don't have a lot of vent fans in your house, this may get used up in less than 5 years. Okay, I've been using this air purifier for long enough that I think I have a full star rating for you guys, and let's just start off with the build quality. So this thing is built really solid. You can't really see any dust or debris on this bad boy, which is really, really nice. The only bit that you can see is right up here, just a tiny bit on the display. So they really did a great job in the color scheme of this and the way that they built it. It's really, really awesome. The fan blowing out of here, I did find that it blows out at an angle on this side. I think it is designed to create an airflow. So it's not just gonna blow out in a 360, it's actually gonna blow out in a special way. So that's what I've come to terms with. The display, once again, absolutely amazing. The auto mode is what you're gonna buy this for. So the auto mode is next level. This thing has amazing sensor built into it. They're not lying about that at all. The ability for this thing to sense the air in the room and then kick on to a high level is absolutely amazing. And sometimes on auto mode, it'll drop all the way down to 1, and then sometimes it'll just turn itself off. So it'll actually just sit here and wait for the air quality to drop, and then boom, it turns back on, which is absolutely amazing. The neutralizer right here really does a phenomenal job. It's been almost a month and it still produces a good smell. I did have to crank it all the way up. But I am definitely noticing that the house smell is kind of gone. So there's not as much of this smell to the house. I don't know if that's because this thing is purifying the air or if it's a combination of the neutralizer plus the air purifying, but I am absolutely blown away by this thing. So definitely believe the hype. It is real. This thing is next level. It's definitely something that when you buy it, your house is going to be benefited. Like, it's just that simple. So I'm gonna give this a solid 5-star rating. Yes, people, this thing is next level. Absolutely amazing. Highly recommended to everyone out there. Buy it. All right, there you go. That's the Shark Air Purifier. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely smash that like button. And if you want to join the Adam Lucas family and you want to be a part of this crew, smash that subscribe button. And I will be making a bunch of great videos coming up very shortly. So definitely stick around for that. Come back to this channel and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.